All right, let's get started. We're gonna do a set review, set 2, me versus Mutaking from SmashCon, aka my final melee set in singles. And as always during set reviews, I'm not really gonna be taking questions. While I do the set review, I still keep track of chat, and if I see something very relevant that I feel like, oh, I probably should, explain this in a little bit more detail, then of course I will do that. But yeah, let's get started. This to many people, this is like one of their favorite sets of all time. It's a classic already. But yeah, let's get started.
Yep. But
So yeah, this is only gonna be set 2. Mutaking, he won the first set in game 5.
Either way though, we got everybody.
Striking to battlefield. Pretty common choice. For me, when I played against Mutaking, it depends a little bit, right? But Mutaking, he always strikes Dreamland, right? That's by far Peach's best stage in the matchup. I always strike FD, by far Marth's best stage in the matchup. And then it's weird, like the other stages beyond those, it's like a little bit less clear. But Mutaking does not like Yoshi's against me, partly due to Randall, because Peach is really bad at the ledge in this matchup. And Randall actually can help Peach, and Mutaking hates that. And yeah, FOD, Mutaking tends to have a good record against me. So yeah, I strike that one. So that's why we always end up with Battlefield. But yeah, we'll go a little bit more into detail with that most likely later. But yeah, let's get started.
So here it goes, guys. Set 2.
Yeah, this is gonna be a super turnip heavy matchup. Yeah, that's a pretty bad backer. Normally, you gotta be careful with how you throw out aerials against Marth. Like, his dash dance grab is just so good. So, yeah, I gotta be careful how you throw out aerials. Normally, you wanna, like, go way past where you currently, like, are. So, like, try to hit Marth where he's gonna be. Or just retreat a lot so he can't actually grab you.
How many tips did he get left?
Yeah, Peach actually gets like a little bit ledge trapped in this matchup. Also, those scenarios are actually so scary because already here, like it's not gonna happen too often, but you basically can die in this scenario. So you gotta be very careful with how you space around like down tilts, for example. Yeah, I think here down tilt is coming here. If you're like a little bit too close, that can clip you, and if you have floated, you're most likely dead.
That's exactly how Armada wanted to recover before. Right. And try to set it up.
Also, in this matchup, what I like to do a lot is using side platforms to pull turnips. Like, often I jump to the side platform and do a turnip, partly because that gets rid of the dash attack. If I'm on the ground and pull a turnip, it's a little bit harder to like stay away from Marth. Like a quick dash attack, like long range and like scoops you up. So platforms are good. Also, if Marth is a little bit late with punishing this, I get access to shield drop, which is good. So yeah, I heavily prefer pulling turnips on side platforms a lot. It's a little bit easier to play around. Yeah, playing a little bit around Marth. Yeah, that was a little bit of me overestimating how much time I had. So in this matchup, what often happens is that you see these type of uppers from Marth, and Marth is like not that close to hit me. The closer he is to hit you, but not hitting you, the easier this is going to be to punish. But this is like quite a bit of a distance still, but you can see that Mutaking whiffs the up air, and he's like rising, right? And then I'm trying to come down and punish with an aerial. But since the distance between me and the up air was like a little bit too much. I mean, hypothetically, I could have gotten this punished if I absolutely timed everything correctly. Like absolutely perfect. But the less of a distance between you and the up air, the easier it's going to be to fall down with this aerial. But since I was a little bit slow, yeah, Mutaking dashes away. But then Mutaking in return is a little bit slow. And I get the spot dodge. When you spot dodge with Peach, down smash is normally your best option because, yeah, it's frame 5. But Marth can shield the eye. Marth has one of the worst shields arguably, no, he probably has the worst shield of the good characters. So down smash pokes a little bit easier, unlike Sheik. Sheik's shield you will never poke with down smash. Down smash and shield against Sheik is like bad. And honestly, down smash and shield is just getting worse in general. But against Marth, if they're actually not shield AIing properly, yeah, it often will poke.
Yeah, M2K looking hot.
No jump.
Oh, he's trying to get it
Almost
tipper
got it.
again.
Another one.
Can he get it? Can he get it?
Oh,
Just settles for that.
Oh.
No jump.
Oh,
Yeah,
trying to
those
get
type
it.
of scenarios, this is always gonna be rough. Marth is faster, he has more range. So in this scenario, it's a lot about like trying to make it tricky for Marth to tell like if you're gonna go above, if you're gonna go to ledge, because when you're in this position, you also can't air dodge. So yeah, this is a very hard
Can
one.
he get it?
oh,
Just settles for that. I like it.
Yeah,
I get the trade
let's
there
keep him
though.
in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
gets in there and. Oh, I thought there might be an up tilt. But Armada,
Yeah, that's a pretty smart up B from Mute King. So this type of scenario where you're like above Marth and he's like kind of like trying to like chase you. What Mute King and like Marth players tend to do here is that they are trying most of the time to predict when I go down and preemptively throw out an aerial to cover that area. So what you want to do is like normally go down right as that move is about to whiff. Land on a platform and then have access to shield, potentially get a turnip. So you can see like whiffing, like, or I think he's gonna whiff, right? But he up B's instead. I did not expect that at all. Normally here, yeah, it would have been like a whiffed aerial and I can land. But Mute King goes for the up B. It's a bit risky, but it paid off. It was a very unexpected option. Like the reward was basically non-existent, but still. Yeah, normally there, most Marths, every other Marth probably would have just done an aerial and I would have got him to the platform. Dash attack from Peach, really good when people are coming from the air. Grounded moves in general, really good against airborne opponents. A lot of dash attacks kind of like sneaks under. Sheik's dash attack is really good against this too, to like kind of sneak under Marth's fair, for example.
M2K loves those uppies now.
Opt for a turn up there instead of.
Oh, okay.
M2K loves those
Yeah,
uppies.
this one, I actually expected Mute King to jump away. And if Mute King jumped away, I wouldn't have had any punish here. So I just pulled a turnip instead. Of course, if Mute King expects a turnip pull, he can just attack right away.
Opt for a turn up there instead of continuing the combo. A little weird, but.
Oh, Mute King caught that turnip.
Opt for a turn up there instead of continuing the combo. A little weird, but.
Yeah, sometimes if you believe people are going to catch this turnip, this is a bit risky. But if you believe people are going to catch this turnip, you can actually like just attack them right away as they're catching the turnip. I know I used a similar, like this type of trick against Mute King's Sheik a long time ago when he was like on the ledge, which is Mute King's home, right? So of course, these times, you know, in Corona times, you need to stay home. And Mute King, yeah, he's the expert on that. But yeah, he was like hanging on the ledge. I threw turnip and he was catching the turnip. And I was like floating in and hitting him as he was catching it. You can use the same idea here. But yeah, only do it if you really think they're going to catch the turnip.
I won't question him.
Yeah, wow. Let go of the tournament to immediate back air.
Oh, you could have just forward it.
Yeah, could have. Yeah, just got it.
You want to just send him to the shadow room.
Right.
Yeah.
I respect.
You could have just forward it.
Yeah, this scenario, when you have access to float here, it's a lot about mixing up your timing. When do you attack? If you even attack. Like, a lot of Peach players will just go and float. Like, they will go in, float fair, right away every single time. And if you do that, for the Marth player, it's very easy to just throw out the move early, and he will win. Partly, his moves are faster than Peach's fair, and also, like, much bigger range. And, like, yeah, his sword is just, like, massive disjoint. So here you want to like mix up your timing and mix up if you even attack. Like you can float down and fair. You also sometimes what I like to do is just fall down and land close to the edge and try to get my shield up in time. So that's another mix up too. A lot of the time smart players will wait for an air dodge. I'm not saying never air dodge, but you got to be careful. But I mean, I've gotten punished by doing these type of air dodges a million times. Like, yeah, let's go afloat, air dodge. But it's like, it's one of your better options, so you still got to go for it sometimes.
Right. I respect
Ooh, I
it,
saw
though.
the force smash.
Forward air's
Couldn't
not
get it
gonna
out.
Yeah, I threw that turnip a little bit late.
Right.
I was like, I'm gonna throw a turnip upwards here, right?
Ooh, I saw
Yeah.
the force smash.
So in this scenario, a lot of people like to like try to go above, especially because Peach is very slow vertically. So a lot of people like to like go above here. But I'm delaying the turnip a little bit too much, and Mewtwo goes towards the platform instead. So
Right.
yeah, if I threw it a little bit earlier, I would have pushed him back. You can see how I'm dashing forward before going back again. It's because I expected turnip to send him the other way. So it was like a few frames too late on that throw.
I like that from Mewtwo. He's making Armada chase him, so then he could end up being under him and then try to get like an up tilt or something.
Baited,
Yeah.
baited the air dodge and then punished it. Like,
Yeah, with the grab. Not gonna kill the.
Oh,
he
not
dead?
a worthwhile trade, right?
the air dodge and then punished it. Like,
Yeah, with the grab.
Yeah,
Not
Mewtwo King
Not a
barely
worthwhile
missing
trade
that.
right there for Mewtwo King.
NTK ending up
Rough.
on the wrong side of a lot of
the
these
chill
trades.
counter.
Wait a second.
Yeah, I thought I was out of range for that. Mewtwo King likes to do this counter because if Peach has a turnip off stage here, it's one of the better options to use throw the turnip and then work from there. But Mewtwo King is very good at using this counter, and you can see that it's like I'm floating a little bit too close. Oh yeah, it's like hitting the hand. Like you see like Peach's dress, it's not hitting here. Yeah, Peach's dress is like, her hurt box is honestly really good. But that little finger,
A lot of these trades.
the chill counter.
Wait a second. Amazing.
yeah, that was like literally a pixel away from perfect spacing on my end. A pixel away.
Yeah, the sweet spot
early.
there by Armada. Let's see.
Yeah, this
Amazing.
Toad works like once a tournament at most.
See.
The thing is, even if you hit this Toad sometimes, people have time to punish. So you gotta be very careful with when you use it and how you use it.
Oh,
Toad for the
very
fans.
nice.
Chilling Toad right there.
Yeah, that's a good option as well for Peach. So in those type of scenarios, when you don't, actually we can go back a little bit further there. In those type of scenarios where you're like kind of cornered, and you don't have a turnip, a lot of neutral for Peach will be like run up, shield, wave dash back, kind of like looking for an opening. Float out of shield, nair is really good, or backer if you have your back turned towards Marth. Because many times if you're like shielding a lot of Marths will try to sneak in a grab. So you can't sit in shield and just wait. Because being off the level against Marth is a pain in the ass. Pain in the ass. So
Chilling Toad right there.
yeah, you can see. Yeah.
Oh,
You can see the shield there, and then I'm just like
Chilling Toad right.
randomly floating out of shield and nair. And I catch Mewtwo King.
All right, let's see. Chilling Toad right there.
Yeah. And then, yeah, spacing underneath the get up attack. Peach's float. Like, yeah, as a Peach player, you gotta learn the spacing. Like, just float underneath the get up attack, and then boom, just hit him. I got it in the wrong direction, but I mean, not the biggest deal, but still.
He needs this.
Oh,
Armada said nah,
N2K.
nah, nah, nah.
N2K.
He needs
Oh.
this. Armada said-
Okay, also, in these type of scenarios, turnips will be used a lot in this matchup. What I believe a lot of Peaches do wrong is not using enough turnips. Using grounded turnips is super, super important because it kind of like makes it harder for Marth to move on the ground, makes it harder for him to get in. When you do get this turnip on shield, it comes down mainly to two things. If you think Marth is going to like try to wave dash forward and hit you, you do a float aerial in his face. If you think he's going to back off, you tend to pull a new turnip and kind of like rinse and repeat the scenario. So yeah, a lot of it comes down to what do you think Marth is going to do next. If you think it's going in, float aerial. If not, try to pull a turnip.
Nah, nah, nah.
N2K needs to wrap this up quick.
Yeah. Oh, that's a lot of damage on him
man.
already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, yeah, that was bad by me.
Armada put that
He needed
77 in though.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
pretty good
The
damage.
quick
yo.
77.
That was the youngest 77.
The
Damage,
quick
yo.
77.
That was the youngest 77.
Yeah, here you can see as well. I got away with another turnip pull. Like, you're not always in the best position, but if I pull the turnip on the ground here, it's like much more likely. It's much more likely I would have gotten punished. And also, like, obviously you can't, like, CC getting grabbed. Like, even if you crouch, like, you are gonna get grabbed, right? But on a platform, it's like, he's not gonna be able to grab, honestly, like, no impact land or wave land on the platform. So even if he does get a punish, it tends to be, like, a much smaller one.
It's so hard to dash.
Oh.
The youngest 77.
Yeah, that down tilt, like here. I tried to hit Marv on his toes, but I'm like a little bit out of range. But you can see how Marv's like toes are like a little bit still exposed. Marv's shield is actually like, as we said earlier, Marv's shield is far from the best in this game. You can expose his toe even on full shield when he's like, if he angles it, you probably can't, but most of the time people are not. Same thing with his head here. Even on full shield, you actually can aim a turnip to hit Marv's head. You also can float in air and hit his head. This is very underused, and I'm honestly 100% positive that other characters can use it to their advantage too. It's hard to do this, especially like in matches, especially with a turnip. The float in air is not as hard because you always just need to have the right height on the float. But the turnip throw is obviously going to be significantly harder. But I wouldn't be surprised if other top tiers have like, you know, short up aerials or like falling aerials that like always pokes the head. But I'm not too sure about some of them. But with Peach, yeah, turnip or float in air hits the head. And if you're testing this with float in air and you don't get it, test a few more times. It is a very specific height that you need to do it on. But I showed Triff this at Summit, and he didn't know about it. That it always like worked just like that. No, Marv is amazing. Marv is amazing, but his shield is annoying for him.
It's like Yoshi.
Yeah, it's like 2 frames.
Yeah, it's so hard.
Ooh.
It's like a poor man's shine.
Right.
That was bad.
I love the Rising Fair. He's been getting so much mileage out of the Rising Fair.
Yeah, he has.
He gets punished at... I love the Rising Fair. He's been getting so much mileage out of the Rising
Yeah, he
Fair.
has.
He gets punished that time, but...
But it's not that bad when he does get punished either. So.
Yeah, you take 1 hit.
Right.
And if he gets it, he gets like 3, 4 fairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see how many turnips I get using side platforms.
Okay, nice flow back there
Armada
from
getting the
Armada.
turnip.
And yeah, that's the one we talked about earlier. I do get a turnip, Mewtwo King tries to punish me, and I get a shield drop turnip. I sadly didn't capitalize, but still.
Tech from M2K though.
Oh,
Went
wait a
all the
minute.
way.
Oh, snap.
Oh,
Yeah, I saved my float. The Mewtwo King messing up on the ledge. Rarely, but I mean it happens.
They're
okay.
Get out of there,
He's living.
Jason! Get out of there!
Yeah, he's still living.
He's fine.
Honestly, one edge card I should have used more against Marv that I didn't use enough for a while. I'm not even sure why. Is throwing turnip down. Like, not at this percentage, but when Marv is like 70, 80, turnip down, hit his up B and just nair afterwards.
Such a big game 1, especially after...
It's actually really good against Marv. I'm not sure why I didn't like... I used it like some time periods, but then I kind of stopped. But I'm not even sure why.
Such a back and forth set in general.
I guess it's like so many things to keep track of that sometimes it's like, oh.
It's so hard to punish.
Yeah, this one Mewtwo King used early in the grand finals. But towards the end, I start punishing this. But yeah, he jabs and then F smash. But that's not true. That's not true. That was me not trying to air dodge. Because Mewtwo King, before this tournament, I think he had never used that.
Oh my god, that almost killed. Wow, oh, what a grab.
The level of play that I am watching right now.
Also, as Marv in this scenario, when he's on the ledge and I throw his turnip, you gotta be careful. Because this turnip is still active. Mewtwo King hit the turnip with the sword, but the turnip still has a hitbox here. Like, if it hits you, then the hitbox is not going to be there. You can still catch it, but if it bounces on your shield, if you hit it with, like, an aerial, the hitbox is still going to be there. So, like, you got to be careful so the turnip don't, like, hit you and then bounce towards me. So many of those situations with turnip throw on Marth's shield, you got to be careful so you don't, like, get hit by the turnip and then into me. Like, sometimes when I throw a turnip on Marv's shield, he wave dash forward. I nair Marv, because that's what we talked about earlier, right? If I hit turnip on shield and I think they're gonna go in, often I tend to do like float nair or float backer, and then they will fly into the active turnip, and then I get a second aerial. Or sometimes I can even get like an up smash.
That I am watching right now.
This level of melee is too much.
Yeah, that was a good bait.
That I am watching right now.
This level of melee is too much.
That was a sick tomahawk.
Turn the stream off. They don't deserve to
Yo,
watch.
this is actually
Turn it off.
bananas right now.
You can't
So
even roll in
even.
peace.
You can't even-
This is actually
Turn it off.
bananas.
Between stocks, it's like sometimes hard to say what you should do. You can always go up like this as Peach and prevent people from like hitting you right away, but it's really hard to get down against Marth. Honestly, for the most part, I guess it's just better to stay on the ground and try to escape those seconds of invincibility. Sadly, invincibility, Peach is probably the character that suffers the most, and in before people are like, oh, but you can float high or go off stage, you put yourself in a horrible position and then try to get back. But when you have invincibility, you're so slow that the opponents can't run away for free. So, yeah, Peach honestly suffers a lot from invincibility.
Bananas right now.
You can't
So
even roll in
even.
peace.
Yeah, we didn't get out of this advantage. Yeah, we're eating half a stock. It was bad. Maybe not half a stock, but oh yeah, that's the dash attack when people are coming from the air again.
I like the way
That dash attack is still getting strong hit.
he has all his little.
Let's see
Great
what he
grab.
does.
Oh, he was Zane.
He wanted a Zane
Yeah.
now. Yeah, he's stealing from every Marv.
A little Zane right there.
I like it, man.
Yo, we don't know.
Yep, dash attack when people are coming from the ground again.
He's got the-
Ooh, Stitch Face, let's go.
I can't tell.
I actually don't even remember if I hit this one.
Another one, really.
That's the issue though with having like items in general, is that some of your options are kind of like cut off because you're holding a turnip, right? So if you are stuck in shield or like stuck in defense, it can be annoying sometimes
Another one, really.
to get like back into neutral. But of course, like, okay, let's go. Do I taunt?
Oh my.
Damn.
I didn't. Why didn't I taunt?
Oh, but he's still caught
Number
up.
3.
Oh my.
I should have taunted.
Let's see. It's only game 1 though.
Come on.
Jimmy's king. Let's see.
M2.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Good for M2K right there, for sure.
Yep.
Stitch is in his head.
Gets out of
Okay,
there.
wait a minute.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Good for M2K.
Yeah,
right
that's,
there, for sure.
that's a fine up B. The only thing I can do here is up B myself, which gives nothing.
Yep.
Stitch
Or
is
it gives like
in his
3% or whatever. So up B to platforms is like fine for Marth.
So far.
Especially on Battlefield, because on Yoshi's full hop up air reaches the top platform, or full hop nair, but on Battlefield it doesn't because the platform is too high, so you need a second jump, and Peach's is like super slow.
He's him back.
Okay,
I like it.
nice. Covering almost everything there.
Not dead yet.
Oh,
That's
there it
bad,
goes.
right?
Yep.
M2K really out here. Trying to take the advantage in set 2.
It's been such a good set.
Yeah,
It-
it's been
The
so
momentum
good.
swings are huge, so this game is so important right now.
Oh, did you guys see that?
Swings are huge, so this
I'm
game
pretty
is
sure
so
Mute King
important
didn't drop his shield
right
here.
now.
You guys see that? You guys see the Swedish sniper? Let's go.
Chants are coming out for M2K. Everybody wants to see it.
Oh, Mute King read the crouch cancel.
Yeah, it honestly, like, it is so underused. Like, most people that watched this set did not catch that at all. Like, if you're just looking quickly, like, a lot of people wouldn't have caught that.
Chants are coming out for M2K. Everybody wants to see it.
Oh, Mute King. Yeah, Mute King, he had the right idea in mind, but he executed slightly wrong here.
Everybody wants to see
So,
it.
he tries to space his fair perfectly, and then stay out of range for down smash. But you can see how much I move in here. Like, I get hit, and then, like, significantly closer, and the down smash hits. Actually, it might have been the animation of the F smash that did it.
He did everything right.
Oh, wait, did that Saturn actually mess that up?
Mute King read the crouch cancel.
I wonder if me hitting Saturn there actually was part of the reason that
He
downer
did
missed.
everything right.
He knew what was coming, but he could not make it happen.
Yeah,
Oh.
Peach's down smash hitbox is huge,
Oh, and
man.
Mr. Saturn.
Let's go, Saturn. Let's go, you redeemed yourself. And the snipe. Honestly, there's no reason for me to throw that turnip, but it was kind of like muscle memory. If Peach throws a turnip like that, you actually, not that it would have helped this time, but you can fair the turnip and then up B, like outwards, and then you fly towards the stage again. And if this is a dot phase, you actually survive that.
It's crazy.
He's so mad. My controller.
Oh yeah. The ports is due to neutral start. Neutral start, so yeah. Like starting like on top platform against Marv, if you're a Peach player, change the ports. Change the ports. Don't start on the top platform. I know this is Final Destination, but like on Battlefield, for example, starting on the top platform against Marv, you might as well start with 3 stocks. Okay, not quite as bad, but you guys know what I mean.
Because they're like counterpicking each other with the controller ports too.
I don't know what's happening up there.
Yeah, this stage, obviously, we're not going to have access to side platforms. So turnips, we're going to have to be even more precise with our turnip pulls. This stage, against a lot of Marvs, I actually don't mind at all. This is one of the, like, this is the type of stage that if you really, really know what to do as Marv, and you're really good at the matchup, this is clearly Marv's best. But if you're slightly off in some areas, like how to like shark Peach when she's above and stuff like that, it can be a pain in the ass because the stage is very wide. Peach will get more turnips than on smaller stages. And you have to play this like grounded turnip throws versus like shield / dash dance a lot. And a lot of Marv struggles with that. But King and PPMD, they got like very good at playing that style against me. And playing that type of like mini game within the matchup. So this stage was like by far the worst. I hated this stage against them. It felt not impossible, but really loop-sided. Really loop-sided.
It's neutral start stuff, I guess.
My record on this stage versus King was very bad.
But either way,
our feeble brains can't handle.
Whatever's
happening up there, we have no idea.
oh man.
Whatever's happening up there, we have no idea.
Yeah, dash attack, close range. Yeah, unreactable there. Here with the up air, you can see. So I hit the up air, and you can kind of see that I drift to the left here, right? It's 2 reasons for this. So when I do this up air, I drift to the left in case he DIs away. When I hit the up air, I will still, I'll be closer to him. So preemptively, I'm like, if he DIs to the left, I'll be closer. If he DIs right, well, since King starts off on the left side, if he DIs right, he still needs to like move past my character. So I will still be close to him. But if he DIs left, I want to be as close as possible to that DI because he's currently more to the left of me. So basically, when you combo in melee, it's very important to take your position into account compared to your opponent's. So if your character is to the right of your opponent, then with Peach especially, but also applies to other characters, of course, as well. But more Peach, I would say, because she's slower, but it applies to every character. But yeah, if Marth is to the left, I preemptively want to cover like DI away. Many other times when you do see like up airs against Spaceys, you preemptively cover the DI away, and if they DI in, you have to like travel less distance to cover the DI in option. So yeah, you preemptively cover the DI out. But you can also see that if King tries to like DI in here, or DI nothing, I end up behind him. So it's partly trickier for him to deal with this. And also, like, back air is not going to be as annoying if I somehow ends up getting hit in this scenario.
Oh, man.
Yeah, big damage.
The quick
Oh,
55
scoop.
by Armada.
Wait a minute.
Okay, nice air dodge down there to stop.
Yeah,
that.
King was good at, like,
Quick 55
evading
by
those
Armada.
turnips
Okay, nice
as
air
well.
dodge down.
Sometimes, like, I should have, like, thrown them, like, a little bit further out. King was, like, often, like, drifting
To stop that.
outside of that range.
He did a good job of dodging that turnip.
Yeah,
Like 8 months ago, he's getting hit by it every time.
for sure.
Now he's dodging it every time.
Okay. Yeah.
That's that turnip.
Definitely been dealing with the turnips much better in general.
Yeah, that's also important. If you do hit Marth with the turnips in this matchup on the ground, yeah, just catch it again. Just catch it again. It's like, don't pull a new turnip. Like, often you can just catch the turnip. It goes faster. You get to move closer. And
Better in general.
yeah,
That being said, though,
heavily
MVP,
prefer
like,
just
he's the
catching the
biggest game in
turnip.
this game, I feel like.
Yeah, he really
Because
does.
if he goes down here 2-0, then it's looking real
Yeah, it's
rough.
looking
Yeah,
real rough.
accidental
Only 2
turnip
Dreamland
winner.
counterpicks on top of that.
This This is a must win.
This is pretty much a must win for
I don't think he won
M2K.
twice on Dreamland.
Yep.
This is a must win.
This is pretty much a must win for
I don't think he won
M2K.
twice on Dreamland.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Get some up airs in there.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Good turnip.
Okay. Get some up airs in there.
I can already see the Armada always pulls a stitch against me. Tweet.
Yeah.
I'm so unlucky.
Oh yeah, you're gonna see it, yo.
RNG is stupid.
RNG is dumb.
Oh, Mute King goes for. Oh, he went for that up B.
Desperate.
Armada's
Ooh.
so composed.
Yeah.
Always.
It's like it's super important to like be careful when you pull turnips and when you like aggressively go in with dash attack or float aerials. Like a lot of peaches, they get like too obvious with like always attacking or always pull turnip. People tend to like go aggro. A lot of people have this idea that every peach player is like campy and defensive, but a lot of peaches honestly play this matchup way too aggressively, if you ask me. But yeah, that was a good downer by Mute King. That was a good downer.
For everything, but he wasn't ready for that one right there. He was not. All right.
Alright, good dash dance game right by both.
Oh yeah.
He was not. All right.
Marv's item throw is like very bad and very slow. And you can see that I barely sneak underneath with an air. That was good.
And I feel like
out on top.
M2K almost paid.
Oh yeah, that turnip as well. Yeah, Mute King was trying to like short up Nair. But you can see that the turnip is like hitting the feet.
And I feel like
Like you need to be careful with like
M2K almost paying too much attention
and precise with like hitting Marv in those
He's
type of
trying
like
so hard to
weird
catch him, like, it needs to be
situations
It's hard to find the balance.
where one part of his body is like exposed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
that's
it's,
true.
it's hard to find like the middle ground of like how much should I care about this
Right,
turnip.
right.
Dude, I wish Peach's spot dodge during rolls was like a little bit,
Right.
especially the spot dodge. I wish the spot dodge was a bit better.
Yeah, 'cause
Like sometimes you spot dodge Marv's like grab and you're still like
never hits
gonna get
Armada back
punished.
with them, you
It's
know,
like
he just gets rid of them.
it's so annoying.
Wait, this could be a big.
It's like
down.
Nah, but he just grabs him so then he could throw it at him and then try to help himself like get in.
Right.
it's like the opposite of Spaceys. Sometimes when people correctly spot dodge against Spaceys, they still get hit by Shine. And then for Peach, when you correctly spot dodge, you still get punished. And it's like, wait, what? Why?
Establish some more space and stuff.
Well, it seems like Armada's just caught on.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, most definitely.
Armada's
yeah.
not falling for it at all.
He's like, nah.
yeah.
He's like, I'll just grab another turnip and throw it right back.
Yeah,
like,
Armada's not.
Yeah,
Ooh, that spacing.
Nice.
Oh.
Can't. It's so hard to grab.
right back.
Yeah, a lot of Marvs, like, like Mute King here, he wants the dash dance grab. Jab is very quick. So that can be, that can also be an option to just go for the jab sometimes instead of the spot dodge.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh, that.
Tipper would've been
It
nice.
looked like a tipper, but it
Yeah.
wasn't. But it wasn't.
Falcon spot dodge, that's even more annoying. That's even more annoying for Falcon. But it's like a similar concept, but it's worse for Falcon.
Armada with the mix-up. He's gonna grab.
Because
Might
at the
be-
very least, Peach has like down smash that is like
Classic
a
Armada right there.
fast grounded option.
Oh, he should have
grabbed
known
that.
that he.
Grab there.
That's a classic Armada right
Oh
there.
yeah.
Yeah, very important to like keep flow tights where like you see like a lot of my flow tights when I'm like high up is where Mute King is like he's not gonna hit me with some of the moves he's
Oh, he should
attempting.
have known that he
He
had
read
enough
that.
time.
Yeah.
He read that. It's.
Looking
grim.
rough.
That he had
read
enough
that.
time.
Yeah.
He read
Yeah,
that.
turnip on the shield. And you can see I noticed that he's not moving from the shield because I'm preparing like floating, but I'm like, oh, he's not doing anything, so let's back off.
King right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Needs a quick kill right now.
Some people are like, oh, like I wish Peach was more aggressive in this matchup, but like with Marth being that much faster and more range, you actually like have to treat it like this. Also, those like in those type of scenarios when you up B, what I do tend to do to like get those techs, I always hold C stick 90 degrees towards the wall, and when I up B, I hold like kind of like diagonally upwards towards the wall. The C stick, like I feel like it helped me even like when let's say I'm like down here and Puff pounds me that is sending backwards. When I held the C stick towards the wall and then against the pound I was like smash the iron with the control stick once as I got hit, I always got the wall tech. And I do the same concept with Peach. C stick towards the wall 90 degrees and then diagonally up on the control stick. Because Marth's down smash can actually hit Peach when she sweet spots the ledge. What you can do as Peach is either go drift a little bit further out, so you space outside of the down smash, but Marth can like adjust and go slightly closer to this edge and hit that. And if he hits that, then you're not going to be able to tech. So normally I just prefer to like always be as close to the ledge as possible or the wall as possible, so I always can tech.
He's gonna tech
Oh.
it. Armada techs those
Oh
all day.
my. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I messed it up eventually though. You also, like some of those wall jumps, you can actually land on stage. You can actually land on stage right away as a mix-up. Like, you wall jump and then you, like, air dodge back on. A lot of people don't expect it. I use it as a mix-up sometimes.
It's funny because with that setup, you know they're gonna sweet spot. So after he texts,
Oh, yeah. That's... Yeah, those you really gotta be careful about. You can see me doing a backer. I guess I expected Mewtwo to, like, go in with, like, a down tilt or grab. Mewtwo doesn't use that many down tilts. But if you do these type of float aerials, yeah, you're straight up losing to aerials. So you gotta be careful how you use that. Those type of like float backers, yeah, they're good against more grounded options. Down tilt, grab. But if Marth is going to the air and swinging, yeah, rest in peace.
Oh.
I tell him, DJ. This guy knows
Let him know.
everything.
This is 2018, man. People gotta start grabbing ledge.
True.
DJ's been saying that since 2008. Grab the edge. He's been saying just grab the edge. See that?
Oh.
Saying that since 2008.
Yeah, this is also... Okay, so the power shield here, also you can see here, when I do this turnip, you can see how I slide forward. A lot of people don't know about this, but if you're shielding when you hold a turnip, if you start a roll, like here, when I'm starting a roll here, like I'm rolling in shield, but I interrupt my roll with a turnip throw, and that makes me slide forward. And you can actually like time it slightly different, so you slide very, very little or a little bit farther or further. And that actually, like, of course, since like the distance is different, that can actually change a lot. And I actually did use that quite a bit. It didn't like lead to anything there, but I mean, it could have if Mewtwo like dashed away. And yeah, that barely kills.
I feel like M2K might have DI'd up there or something. It didn't
Yeah, you can also air dodge and do the same concept. Oops. Yeah, you can also air dodge, and it's like the same concept. I don't feel like it's nearly as useful, but it's... Yeah, you can do it, as Nikki is saying.
Oh, yeah, unfortunately double jab.
He needs money on the sequence. The sequence needs to be money.
Yeah, it really does.
He needs to make something happen.
This needs to be cash money.
Okay.
Oh, okay, accounted for the get-up attack.
Okay, can't take too much.
Oh.
Yeah, upper barely clipping me.
What's he gonna do?
Yeah, important to save your float as Peach too.
He's got nothing coming down. What's he gonna do? Hail Mary 4.
Why did I do that? I must have been a misclick. That was very bad.
Wow, that air was dope.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Hail Mary 4.
Wow.
Yeah, in this game, if you throw out smash attacks, especially if they're not fully spaced, like, you're often getting punishes. I was a little bit slow there. I could have wave dashed, a full wave dash, down smash. But,
Yep. I love
yeah.
that. Just getting the stage positioning.
Oh,
He meant to wave dash
yeah.
forward.
Yeah.
Yes.
He meant to wave dash forward down
Yeah,
there. I'm
100%.
so positive.
Mhm.
Fucking vanilla. God damn it. Is he dead?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Here
Get
we go.
for it. All right, this is a real
This is
big
it.
game.
I think this is the
nah, like, the only thing in this matchup is Peach, you can get from grab. If they DA behind, you can often get dash attack. It's slightly different depending on the port for how long down throw dash attack works if they DI behind. If they DI nothing, then you can, like, nair or even re-grab sometimes.
For M2K,
Beats King loses,
honestly,
it's
yeah.
over. This is his tournament stock.
Let's see.
It's sort of a stock.
Yeah,
crowd
pretty
coming
much
alive.
is tournament stock, and
Yeah.
the crowd is.
Yeah, you can see that Mewtwo is not going forward out of shield a lot when I turn it. Mewtwo tends to prefer to just, like, wait it out and rarely attack. Normal, like, when me and Mewtwo played this matchup quite a bit in, like, 2014 and 15 and stuff, he was going in so much, like, wave dash in, and I turnip or backered or naired him into the turnip, and then another aerial. And he got so frustrated. But yeah, he adapted to do, like, a lot more passive when I hit turnip on shield.
Crowd quickly shuts up.
Yeah, right.
They
He's like,
saw,
wait, he's getting hit too much.
they saw Armada being Armada. They were like, all right, wait.
No.
Oh, yeah, he'll take that.
Not at that percent. Let's see if he can
Oh,
make
let's
some
see.
magic happen.
Oh,
Nope.
wait, the
Oh,
knockdown?
there it is.
Wait,
Oh,
Yeah, panic roll. That's bad.
Okay.
Oh, he banned out the roll.
Oh.
Oh, I tried to double grab.
He was
Not
so
over
close.
yet.
No, it's pretty.
Oh, nice fade
Let's
back.
just see how he gets off the edge here.
Yeah,
When Armada
very
gets
cool.
turned up,
Honestly, yeah, for the most part, when Marth hangs on the ledge, I don't like to mess with that. Peach doesn't have, like, good options to deal with that. So I like more to stay back with turnips. It's not, like, amazing by any means, but I feel like it's the least bad option.
oh, they're both dead.
Okay, good DI once again.
Sometimes I'm also like, when Marth is on the ledge, I like kind of dash dance in that range. And if he jumps up fair, sometimes I get a punish as he's landing. I think Marth does better versus Peach than Sheik, but I think it's
Dodges the turn.
harder to play the matchup absolutely optimally with Marth. Like, it can more easily snowball for Marth in a bad direction if you play like slightly off or you don't know exactly what to do.
But he's still good.
But absolutely optimal for both characters or close to it, then Marth does better. That was so bad. That was so bad. That was so weird. But yeah, that was brave. That was brave of Mutaking. That was like all or nothing, that up B.
Neutral. Relax.
Is this the meta now?
Yeah, I see that look, I'm like,
Yeah, he's like.
the teacher look. Actually, yeah, the teacher looked like. Yeah, we're changing ports, dude.
They just build on that, they keep building, and then it turns into a wash. But
All right, here we go, guys. Game 3, set 2.
If Muji can just win one game on Dream,
Oh,
I'd
man,
be
yeah.
we
very
would see
impressed.
at least one in top 8.
Right.
It's true, dude. We would see at least one in top 8.
Right.
It's true, dude.
Oh, we
Oh.
did it.
I could have, yeah, I should have taken the ledge there. That was bad reaction to me. Mutaking sometimes like to do this type of fair, but he's not going to come back immediately, and I still have my float. I could have very likely been taking the ledge here, and he would have been dead.
A little too fast.
But, yeah.
he might have been able to go straight for the.
I guess I second-guessed myself.
He dodged
Yo,
that every
he-
time.
Yeah, that turnip throw down, yeah, I should have gone third route. Yeah, I do it too close to the wall, and Mutaking just, like, stays out of it.
Yo, he's so good at dodging those.
Yeah.
A little micro spacing, even in the air, man. That's crazy.
Right. Okay.
You guys are nerds.
I guess
You guys know too much.
Oh. Okay. Catches him.
Oh,
wow.
that's fair.
Wow.
What a fair.
Yep.
Catches him.
Oh.
So in this scenario, you obviously do not want to do down smash. If you do down smash, they can hold down, and they are gonna get hit twice and then fly towards the stage. So here, especially when you have time, float past Nair. If you do not have time, then grab and just back throw. Also, sometimes on the right percentages, on the right stage, down tilt can actually work into like upper and stuff. Not as good on Marth as like on Sheik and stuff, but still.
What a fair.
Damn.
I mean, I definitely didn't know that hit under a platform.
No
until
one
just
did.
now.
It does.
Not even Armada. He just
Well,
said I'm
DJ
recording.
did.
Yeah.
Only DJ knows.
DJ definitely.
Fuzzy, yeah, not today, buddy. I would like to play Melee at some point, but yeah, my monitor can't handle it. We currently have a dono goal to buy a new monitor so I can play Melee Net Play and P+. But yeah, we should play at some point in the near future for sure.
Gets him down.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, Muji King thought he was gonna. Ah, relax.
Yeah, Mutaking is brave with like those up Bs.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, Muji King thought he was gonna. Ah, relax.
Yeah, that was ceiling
That
glitch.
patience 'cause he knows
That's
he wants
annoying.
to throw those
That was
out.
pretty unlucky for me.
And he was in the perfect range for Tipper, so Armada said, I'm just gonna block.
Yep.
Muji King getting fancy.
Said, I'm just gonna block.
Yeah, if you're playing as Mutaking, like, let him do his thing on the ledge. It's not worth it. And I'm even playing Peach. Like, I've seen that movie way too many times, or read that book too many times. Don't mess with Mutaking at the ledge.
Especially in this type of back and forth set.
Ooh,
If you
that
have
turnip
tricks
almost hit.
left up your sleeve, you better pull him out right now.
Oh, yeah, right now.
Now is the
everything.
time.
Oh, wait, he's going off stage?
I hate the linger.
Oh, yeah, he did the early up B trying to hit me.
I hate the linger.
Yeah, that was close.
Oh, you got lucky. Oh, second kill. No.
okay.
Not quite. That was.
Ooh, wow, on the tomahawk, though? From
I
there?
like it. Yeah.
Nope. Oh, he got
Oh,
it out in
wow.
time. I definitely thought he was gonna get forward there.
Right.
Again, Armada with the lazy forward air.
Yeah.
The lazy forward air.
Yeah, sometimes it's a mix up because sometimes you don't want to just stay there floating out and then
Yeah,
air dodge
exactly.
in, stuff
Right.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Armada needs to give M2K like a little more respect in some of these like recovery situations. He's kind of assuming he can come in with that forward.
Yeah.
respect in some
Also,
of these,
those
like,
type of
recovery
float
situations.
aerials, like those ones. Sometimes when you do these, you gotta realize that it's not about to hit. So stop drifting forward. Sometimes like it's like, oh, this aerial is not gonna hit. Let's stay in place or drift back. A lot of times when people attack, it's like they, even if it's a bad approach attempt, they keep going and like praying it's gonna work. But against good players, that's pretty much never actually gonna be the case. So if you do a bad approach or approach attempt, and you notice, oh, this is bad, then yeah, just back off if you can.
Come in with that
And in that
forward
scenario with
recovery.
Peach, you can.
M2K's making him pay.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that is something with Marth or any character against Peach you need to be careful about. Like here, Mewtwo should have just backed off. He very likely should have just backed off. I have very low percent, and if he gets a weak fair, boom, you're dead.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty
just back
good
off.
right
Don't
there.
mess. Don't mess with Peach there.
That's pretty damn good.
You're happy about that.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
Oh, this might be money. No, he gets his slowed out, but still gets like 4 forwarders.
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
pretty.
can't complain. Oh,
Oh,
wow, that didn't
I
reach. Still
love the
covering
attempt.
Just
options,
has his
though.
float. Doesn't have his float anymore.
Well,
Like sometimes you see like Fox is doing like weird nairs and like backers and stuff against Peach at 0 as well. And it's like, oh, trade.
oh,
Armada
see,
takes
this is
it.
Armada's best chance.
Hmm.
What's he gonna
Get
do?
this
Just go
somehow?
for it. Dunk him. Oh.
Oh, I thought it was coming too.
Oh, the bite. Down smash.
Oh,
Armada
see,
takes
this
Yeah,
is-
chasing his escape options well there.
Down smash.
Trying to jump,
Oh, see, this is
cover
Armada's
it.
best
A little bit
chance.
late on the
Oh,
dash
yeah,
attack.
Though.
Yeah, that's-
Overall, pretty good sequence, but the ending was bad.
oh, yeah, wanted an up tilt, got an up smash animation instead.
Wow. Crazy clank right there.
Yeah.
Oh, he waited.
Wow.
I actually thought I was gonna get behind there.
Oh,
Oh,
chill,
yeah, I expected
no.
the fair. No, the
Bad
chilling
chill.
to the counter. Oh, and the
Let's go, Stitch Face. Oh, there's the taunt.
God, are you serious? Yutsuki's just laughing.
how? That's like for this grand finals,
Oh,
right?
clap.
That's absurd.
That's actually, come on,
Come
man.
on,
Armada
man.
sucks this
Come
game.
on.
Oh, he almost got hit by
Look at
that
this
on the
guy.
way down.
Yeah, well, if Mewtwo got hit by that Stitch Face, it would not have been a strong hit. If the turnip is dropped, it's not gonna be the strong hit.
Come on. Oh,
So,
he almost got hit by
I mean,
that on the way
yes, he
down.
would have taken like a tiny bit of damage, but it would have been nothing to worry about. Oh yeah, that's the jab F smash again.
Is that 4?
Remember that, because
Come on.
I'm not gonna fall for that entire set.
Nice.
I'm calling it the Mute King now, though.
Yeah.
just stole
Get
it.
jacked.
He's done it more
It's
than
the
him.
Mewtwo,
Get
yeah.
jacked, Kevin. Get jacked.
He does that.
Grab
I
Oh.
respect it.
Stole
Get
it.
jacked.
He's done it more
It's
than
the
him.
Mewtwo,
Get
yeah.
jacked, Kevin. Get jacked.
He does that.
Yeah, that was a good turnip. Honestly, I should have just shielded afterwards. I got like 20%. I should have just taken it. That was like overextension.
He was just laughing.
Sometimes you gotta accept the fact that, alright, I got like a little bit of damage, but I can't get more
I
here.
don't know who this dude is.
Yeah, I don't know who he is.
I don't know who this guy is.
Mewtwo King is not really trying to challenge my... I think Mewtwo King could do a little bit of a better job at like preemptively guess I'm gonna go to platforms and pull turnips. But I mean, I guess it's a bit risky, so he probably prefers to like play it entirely safe. Yo, Dregon with a gifted sub to Moe. Thank you so much, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know who he is.
I don't know who this
Smash
guy
Mute
is.
King.
This guy in the Echo Fox jersey, I like him.
Yeah.
I like him a lot. The Echo
Oh.
Fox jersey.
Yeah, this is like, it didn't work out in my favor here, but this is like more classic in Melee. Like in Ultimate, these type of scenarios is much more like, is he gonna air dodge or not? In Melee, it's much more like, you never air dodge in these type of situations. Here it's more like, when does he throw out an aerial? Or if he has a double jump, is he gonna use the double jump? So you can see here, me, like I move closer, I'm kind of close to Mewtwo King, and now I like go down. And I'm hoping like he's gonna throw out an aerial, and then I'm gonna punish him. But Mewtwo King doesn't really bite until like very late, and he managed to get the shield up. So
He was hoping.
yeah, overall it was still, you know, pretty solid sequence.
Oh,
Walked under with the turn up.
wow. What a ballsy roll.
What a baller.
Yo, this is so even. Look at this.
My God.
With the percents and
He
everything.
like
Yes.
to avoid it.
Direct even. Oh, man.
Damn, I want to play melee now, dude.
I know, I want to play so bad.
Oh, yeah, Mewtwo King. So with up tilt with Marth, yeah, hitting like behind, like, yeah, then you get like the very strong hit. If you hit like behind there, high up. Or even if they're standing on the ground behind you, you get the strong hit. So Mewtwo King tries to get that and actually kill me at pretty low % for being this stage and Peach. But yeah, he barely doesn't get it.
Watching melee, good melee always makes you want to play.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting some of these turnips now. Like, jump above, and then... Yeah, I got the nair. That's good.
It might be it for M2K here.
Oh, yeah, that was a mistake by me. I almost let him back there, which would have been bad.
From behind. I don't know, man.
If Mewtwo King wins this game,
If Mewtwo wins this game, I'm going home.
just keeping him in the air, making it real difficult for Armada to get back down. Okay, great neutral there, stopping the turnip and close enough to hit Armada.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mars Nair, double hit, and like, yeah, you can see the SDI there. You can see the SDI there.
Close enough to hit Armada.
Yeah, like Mewtwo King does the Nair, and then like, boom, flying away.
Oh, Armada's so good. Armada makes
Mewtwo King almost landed on the platform there, but he had enough time to jump. Oh, yeah, this one is very important with Peach too. This one is very important with Peach. So in those type of scenarios, when like someone tries to like chase you, when you're off the level, sneaking underneath them, and then boom, send them off. Very, very good. It's hard, like against players that take no risks. They are only retreating. This is never gonna work. But Mewtwo King on occasion likes to go out and like actually drift forward, trying to catch me drifting away. So on occasion, those type of players you can catch with these aerials. But I mean, Mewtwo King does get reward for going for these more aggressive edge guard sometimes. So it's mean, I'm not saying that he should never do it because, oh, he got punished this one time. I'm just saying that if they do go for it, this is sometimes what could happen.
Oh, try to dare him.
M2K giving him a little bit too much right now, and Armada is making the most of it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You see, throw the turnip and then
needs
go
skill
in.
on the edge guard.
Yeah, Armada is making the most of it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You see, throw the turnip and then go in.
Yeah, you can see I'm kind of trying to do the same thing there, but Mewtwo King covered that. He covered it that time.
Any more damage for M2K and it looks so rough. Oh,
Wow,
man.
even with the light shield.
Yeah.
Damage for M2K.
Marth's shield, yeah, you really gotta like just shield the eye correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the turnip giving a little bit more damage, a little bit more. Oh, he did an early up B. That could have been it. That was so bad by me. I did not try to roll there.
Timed it. Okay, good early up B. A little bit too
Yeah, I'm not sure how I got a roll there, but
This game right here.
Yeah.
I need to get you charge me. Shield was just that perfect size when you're like,
oh yeah, that's unfortunate. But yeah, that's the same concept again, trying to like sneak underneath. But yeah, Mewtwo King messed up.
Game 4. I don't want to keep disconnecting my controller over and over.
It's a lot.
Alright, guys, here we go.
Oh, they
Game
go right
4.
into it.
Yep, the fair against Airborne Marth.
Here we go.
Oh, they
Game
go right
4.
into it. Yep.
Potential.
Like normally if you want to avoid that dash attack when you're airborne as Marth, you need to be more like very low to the ground and more like you want to have like tipper range.
Game
Go right
4.
into it. Yep.
Potential last game, or will Mewtwo King take it to Game 5?
Yeah, and M2K does go.
Oh, yeah, that was a good sequence.
Game, or will Mewtwo King take it? Guys, here we
Yeah, if
go.
you get that jab, a lot of people are not ready.
Potential last
Like
game.
here, and like he kind of bounced up from the jab, and then boom, down tilt. Against Foxes though, like this is something I sadly didn't correct enough in my play against Fox. When you jab, Foxes will always like have a buffered shield. Every single Fox when you jab them in those type of scenarios. Like, I mean, Fox is not as floaty either, so he's not like gonna bounce up the same way Marth does. But I promise, every single Fox have the buffered shield. So if you jab a Fox, please just grab them. Please just grab them.
Mewtwo King take it to Game 5.
Like, don't do the down smashes or the down tilts.
Real rough for him so far.
Take it to Game 5.
Yeah, and M2K does
Here
go
in this scenario, if Marth uppies to a ledge, you actually can like CC down smash often here. He can't tech obviously, but I mean, Often I prefer to like just do this down smash, get some damage. But I mean, he can also sometimes wall take backer. I'm not 100% sure if you get the shield up in time or not. I actually don't remember.
That was a really late
And there, I did the down smash I told you guys earlier not to do. Mewtwo King sometimes don't CC the down smash. I'm not sure if it, because he forgets about it or if he doesn't want to take the extra damage from one more hit. But I would say it's worth it because the punish is over rather than be off the level. But I mean, the down smash works if they don't CC.
A money first stock, I think, just to get his head back in.
And it's not looking like that so far at all.
I think just to get his head
Yeah, that was a good sequence. Turnip, like, honestly, okay. This is one thing that I do not understand because I think Peach's turnips are a bit overrated for edge guards against some characters. Actually, against like every character, arguably. They're still good, don't get me wrong. But like a lot of those type of turnips, you can actually just like catch them. Like Mewtwo King don't have to use this side B that he's using. He could just fall here and catch the turnip if it happens to be in a bad spot. Or just like hit it if it's gonna be at a distance where it doesn't like annoy you when you're at the ledge. But yeah, he air dodged. Yeah, and you could see that I was like going slightly further out with that turnip here as well. You can see I go extra far out. And now I got Mewtwo King. That's what I should do more. Yeah. This downer from Peach, you can actually SDI with every character. So this downer into Nair should never work. Never ever a single time. Whether you're Fox, Marth, Falcon, you can always SDI down. As Falco, it's a bit annoying because you don't have it like an up B that protects you, but it can still be quite annoying to deal with. With Marth, it's really annoying because you do not have time to like reposition yourself and like rinse and repeat the down air. So yeah, just SDI the down air and you're gonna be fine. Mewtwo King, sadly, was very inconsistent at this. I know me and Leffen labbed the down air situation, and I know like back in 2012, Leffen on occasion got SDIs where he actually grabbed the ledge right after the down air. But I think Leffen forgot about it because he actually never used it again. Even at the time when I still used Peach against him. I'm not sure how consistent that SDI was though, but he did get it like quite a few times. But yeah, I'm not sure how reliable it is.
Trying to smash the IN, but that's the stock.
Yeah, quick first stock for
But as Marv, yeah, just SDI like so you get down and then yeah, I shouldn't do that. Yeah. Yeah, Peach players do not go up in the air like this, especially not at this low percentage. It's not worth it. Like boom, 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 boom. I hate invincibility in this game. Boom, boom. Boom. Died from 20. I hate invincibility. As I said, I shouldn't have been in the air, but regardless, yeah, it's very rough for Peach, the invincibility, especially on small stages. If invincibility was like reduced by like 80%, Peach is the character in the game that would benefit the most. I hate how like some characters are so much different with invincibility due to like speed or safe options.
That's what he needed. M2K not out yet.
Yep, that's
what he needed.
That's
M2K not out
float
yet.
underneath.
That's what he needed.
Actually, an option that could be interesting for Peach players to test out here, especially at low percent. So Marth does a get-up attack here, right? And depending on if you lay on your back or if you lay on your stomach, or lay on your back or your stomach, you're gonna hit on like different sides on the get-up. And if you could bait that you're gonna do this, like float. And here, I actually technically could drop my float, jump, double jump, land on platform, and down smash. And some people might be like, oh wait, why would you do that? The thing is, Mewtwo King is at very low damage, so of course he's gonna CC my aerial, right? And I get nothing more. But if I do a down smash and he CCs, a lot of damage. A lot of damage. So I'm pretty sure you have enough time. I'm pretty sure you have enough time if you time it perfectly, but it's gonna be hard. But I feel like that could be done.
That's crazy.
love this Pizza King.
Yo,
Yeah, man,
this is
He
amazing.
just never gives up.
He's pulling the trigger.
Yep.
He's pulling the trigger.
He didn't fall
Nice
for that.
patience.
Also, in some matches, you guys can see that like I use way less turnips. Sometimes it's like part of the stage being smaller, so they're harder to pull. And then sometimes it's also like keeping my opponents on their toe. That, you know, sometimes I use like using a lot less of them and like attacking way more.
If he had the dash forward, right?
Yeah,
he could
yeah.
at least could have gotten another forward air.
Yeah, most definitely.
Maybe a downer.
Oh, okay.
I like it. I mean, feel
M2K
confident.
loves him some upbeats on the center of the stage. Oh,
Okay, read the air dodge.
shout out to X.
Armada's totally fine with taking that though.
Yeah.
He gets his jumps.
Oh,
Oh, not
almost.
yet.
One
Found
more.
dreams.
Yeah.
Big moment, big moment. Oh,
Oh,
the
he's
pew
trying to
pew.
do it.
Yeah. Now finally I adapted to
Big
it.
moment, big moment.
Yep. Air dodge, the jab, and I get the down smash.
Should have waited.
Yo,
yeah.
that's the adaptation, man.
He counted the
See?
pew pew.
He's ready
That's
for it
supposed to
now.
be uncounterable.
Damn, I misspaced like some of my rolls for sure. I have rolled way too much this set in general, but some of them have also been like, I literally think I am gonna get past him.
Alright.
Adam.
Still living though.
I hate floaties.
Adam, why are you alive?
Just die.
Oh, caught him that time.
Oh my god.
Oh, and Swedish sniper. Oh, caught him that
Yeah,
time.
those side Bs, it's no idea. Honestly, if you're a Marv, don't do these side Bs. It's honestly no point. The only thing I can do in this scenario is throw a turnip, and if you side B, like I have a much higher chance since you kind of like lock yourself out because you can't do anything for a while, right? So stop doing these side Bs. It's literally no point.
Beach King doing what he does best.
Okay.
Chilling on the edge.
Oh my.
Yeah, Marv's shield break is like not that good in this
One
game.
more time.
Break his shield, yes!
He tried to.
Yeah,
I
he tried.
respect
He
that.
tried to do it for the
respect
fans.
that. I would have done the same thing.
It would have been dope.
You're
Oh,
sick,
and he
Jay.
brings
That's
it
one of
right
those
back
situations.
though.
It would have been so dope that it's worth.
Yeah.
It's worth dying for.
Ah, yeah, not the correct height on the
It would have been
turnip.
so dope that it's worth.
Yeah.
It's worth dying.
That could have,
for.
yeah, that could have poked. That could have poked. It's hard though. The nairs are easier, but the turnip, yeah. Oh, that there he saw the shieldy eye from Yuchi King. So instead of him getting hit by this down smash, you can see that he like, if we go back a little bit, like he's this close to me, right? I hit with down smash, and you can see like how he like bounces so far away that my down smash is not gonna hit. And he actually gets to punish me. Super important.
USA chance.
USA chance.
Oh man.
Yeah, and there you can see that Yuchi King, yeah, he used side B earlier, and I had a gut feeling that he was gonna do it again. So I tried to like jump up above, throw the turnip down, but I should have gone a little bit more to the left.
And the people want to see M2K force a game 5 right now.
America needs a game 5.
Yeah,
We've
we
been going
really
through
do.
a lot.
Yeah, America's had a rough
Oh,
time.
America
lately.
needs a game 5, baby.
Okay.
No jumps. He still got nothing. Umbrella, was he gonna punch it? No, Armada
Yup.
lands safely.
Ooh.
Up B, I thought he was
thought
gonna-
Yeah,
Alright,
chasing the
Umbrella,
roll.
was he gonna punch it?
Like,
Armada lands safely.
yeah, in those type of scenarios, like Peach is good on shield. Often it comes down to like, should I grab or chase the roll, or read a jump, or read a jump.
B, I thought he was gonna-
Chase the roll, like, yeah, people don't do it enough.
Alright.
Oh, good turnip.
Oh man.
Yeah, you're getting.
Ooh, slice.
Yeah, you're getting
quick
smacked
slice.
up right
Quick
now.
Oh, I-
Oh yeah, you're getting.
Yeah, okay, this type of scenario that's coming up here. Here, what I could have done is just like very, very quickly, like Mewtwo can notice that I'm about to jump, right? What I can do here is just like already start falling down and bait out an aerial. But I didn't go for it because I was trying to attack right away and I got hit. But against this early aerial, make it look like I'm gonna attack, go down, and then punish. Would have been the right call for that situation.
quick slice.
Smacked up right now.
Oh, I knew he was
Oh,
gonna
he
slice.
actually timed it late.
Yep, I was gonna say, he's jumping above. Very, very classic.
He actually
In this type of scenario, a lot of people try to sneak above Peach, and you just throw that turnip up, send him out.
Oh,
I sadly got the weak hit, but yeah.
oh, that was quick.
You guys are fighting.
Oh.
Yep, you could see the shieldy eye. It was not absolutely perfect, but it was good enough to get away. You could see that the down smash hit twice on the shield air instead of one, which was the case earlier.
Oh. Oh man, that was scary.
Back though.
Alright. Wait.
Oh.
Oh.
Thought he's
Oh,
down
my
there. He's
Lord.
fine. He's
The
fine.
boys
Yeah.
are fighting.
Oh, the linger.
The linger. Oh
Okay.
my, what just happened? They just both racked up 80% on each other.
Right. Oh,
Over, like, oh my god.
it's crazy
Yo,
stock so
this
far.
set is actually
So bad.
Hey, turnip finally hit.
M2K.
This is also a thing, since Marv has a bad turnip throw, if he does catch your turnip and you're close by, many times it can actually be worth to like try to chase down Marv. If you look at UGC between me and King, you can see that the very final stock of that tournament is King catching one of my turnips, and I'm just applying a lot of pressure. He can't get rid of the turnip, and eventually he gets punished for it.
M2K.
Final stock of UGC.
He dodged it. Pew pew. Oh, he grabbed the
Yeah, I expected a jab F smash.
Pew pew.
Oh
he grabbed
my
the
god. Grab the startup of down smash.
Oh, relax.
Be careful.
That's the thing as well. Like those type of edge guards, like this one, it's literally nothing I can do about this fair. If King times this like correctly, it's nothing I can do. I have to respect it, stay outside of the range. He will be back first, and then I have to work from there.
Be careful.
So some edge guard attempts involves literally zero risk, and the reward is that you get the stock or at least damage if they, you know, go into it.
It's amazing. I love it.
Yep, shield DI again. Honestly, like when King is going for these shield DIs, it's gonna be harder this time because I have my back against him. But it's better in those scenarios to just do a float aerial on shield, or maybe even like try to get a grab. But that's gonna be harder since I have my back against him. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind. If you spot dodge, if you get those spot dodges and people, they shield your down smash and maybe even punish you for it, then yeah, it's time to mix it up actually.
Can M2K force the game 5 right now? He needs to make it happen.
Money.
Oh, yeah, that could have been money.
Okay.
This is good. He's
Yeah,
probably
this
get
is
like
good for
40 more
Jason.
damage
Yeah.
off this.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. 5 right now.
Yeah.
Needs to make it happen.
Money.
I get caught in a bad position. This is, yeah, second time. Second time.
He can
Yeah,
probably
this
get
is
like
good for
40 more
Jason.
damage
Yeah.
off this.
Oh.
Yeah, the weak.
Oh.
That was far from optimal DI as well. I should have DI'd more to the side, but I probably would have died anyway. But yeah, that's rough.
And we're right
Here we
into
go,
it.
we're going straight into
No
it.
hesitation.
Yeah, game 10. Game
Winner
10.
takes the
I love
tournament.
it. They didn't change ports. They said, let's go.
They didn't
Yeah,
change
they
the
said,
ports
let's
at
go.
all.
Yo.
Well, we didn't change the port because it was neutral start. That's the truth. I would have swapped. I would have swapped otherwise. Not starting in on the top platform in a game 10.
No hesitation. Winner takes the
I love
tournament.
it. They didn't change ports. They said, let's go.
They didn't
Yeah,
change
they
the
said,
ports
let's
at
go.
all.
Yo,
Let's
we're like,
dance.
let's
Oh,
do
that's also like a mix-up you can use sometimes when Narf is in the ledge. Is when he tries to go up with aerials to just like try to beat him out with a dash attack. And if he has high damage, you sometimes when you get that like more push on the dash attack, so they fly like horizontally, that can actually kill them sometimes. And if you have low damage, if he gets a weak fair, it's a good position for me to get a punish. But you gotta be careful so he doesn't get like the sweet spot and you're out of range.
Go right now.
Oh, can he get it? Can he get it?
Can he get it early?
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, yeah,
Still
counter
good
for the
spot.
spot dodge. Yeah.
That one is actually so annoying.
Get it early.
Okay.
Okay. yeah,
This one.
counter for
I'm not
the
sure if I can, like, I feel like some controllers, it's like worse to get out of this one. Due to like, not every controller have exactly the same values. But yeah, this one, especially on Yoshi, since this goes down, is very annoying. But it's when you go off the level. If Marv forward throws you on like, you know, a flat surface, then you can always hit the ground before the dash attack. So you can like, Marv basically gets a tech chase. But when you go off the level, this one is annoying. I'm actually not 100% sure if Peach gets out or if Marv gets the dash attack, if both acts correctly. It might be controller dependent. But yeah, don't quote me on this because I'm not entirely sure. You gotta be careful though when Marv gets this dash attack, because if you DI incorrectly here, it sets up for a tipper. Like if you try to DI out here many times, you actually put yourself up for a tipper and you literally just die. So you gotta be careful. Many times it's actually better to use DI in on this dash attack and take whatever, you know, punish he might do next instead.
Wait.
Oh,
he
okay, no
messed up.
punish. Yeah, he
He
messed up
messed
a little
up.
bit there.
Armada's gonna capitalize on that mess up all day.
Yeah. Yo.
Armada liking Yoshi, so it's a.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Yeah, I prefer this stage against Mewtwo King. As we talked about earlier, I think Randall is like a good thing for Peach. Since she's so bad at the ledge, having Randall help you out actually matters. And Marv doesn't benefit from Randall at all. Like his up B is very laggy when it lands. It's not that much I can do when he's on the ledge anyway, but Mewtwo gets a lot of mileage of me being on the ledge. So me having access to Randall is really good. Mewtwo also he gets mad due to Randall. But I mean, for me, it's more just that, yeah, Peach is very bad getting off the ledge. So I just want to have Randall.
Nothing makes sense.
It's like his sword shortened.
Oh, the Randall's getting
Oh my god.
What's happening?
Nothing makes sense.
Okay.
He's living, he's living.
He's still fine.
Yeah.
What's going on, dude?
Oh, that was sick. That was sick.
Yeah.
What's going on, dude?
Oh, the reaction.
That was beautiful.
If you would have
Armada.
talked,
Yeah, like look at this scenario. Look at this scenario. Like earlier when I had to defend myself from Mewtwo's invincibility, I literally died sometimes, even at 20. Now, the timer. I know Randall is about to come out in like 2-3 seconds. I'm waiting. Mewtwo, he knows that I'm gonna try to do this because this is like not really the heat of the moment. Like, oh, he quickly went to Randall. It's very obvious that I'm going to this side due to Randall coming out soon. But still, you know, this position is much better than playing around invincibility normally. And I also have a turnip, which helps me coming back more as well. Now, I messed up this time, obviously. I'm not sure why I ended up doing that roll. I guess I was afraid that it was breaking shield or something. But in general, like, this is much, much better. But it was the worst example to actually show it. But it is, trust me, it is much better.
Mewtwo King! Oh my goodness. Oh, Mewtwo King! Incredible! Mewtwo King! Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, Mewtwo likes this mix-up. So when people are on platforms, a lot of people like shield drops, right? So he kind of like do this nair that is double hit, and sometimes he does waveland and grab you. So that's some of the mix-ups he does. And he's not the only one, it's other players too.
The 0% tipper, you gotta love it.
You gotta love it.
Oh.
Oh yeah, this one is important for Peach in like bad situations. Like here, bad position, and you can kind of like just air dodge back / waveland back. If I was a little bit closer to the ground, it would have been more of a waveland, but still, it repositions you quite a lot, and it's very good.
You gotta love it.
Oh.
Roll. Wait for the roll. I like it.
This set is
ridiculous, man.
Oh, if he
Such
would
a
have got
good
that
set.
Okay.
What's he gonna do with that? Try to squeeze in the dash tag.
Yeah, Mewtwo likes to jump out of
Damage going for that dash tag.
like him getting hit a lot. So I'm punishing that quite a bit as well.
No, we hit that.
Yeah, he does the early up B, trying to beat my float.
Okay.
I do not bite.
Fine for now.
He needs to roll out of there. Armada, Randall makes
Yeah.
it interesting.
Okay.
That one, I'm not sure if Mewtwo actually could have fast fell here. So I hit this shield, he gets pushed off, and I down smash. I'm not sure if he actually could have like grabbed the ledge in time.
Very nice by Armada.
Maybe, but I'm not sure.
Obvious options roll. Armada's like, I know you're.
Oh yeah, Mewtwo likes this one on Yoshi since the platform is lower. Is to like, yeah, drop jump, air dodge to the platform. It's pretty smart actually. It's hard to punish, especially with a slower character. Ah, that was a misclick from Mewtwo, but it still paid off.
This is absurd. Okay.
Ooh.
I know he didn't want that.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, Mewtwo has been very successful with up Bs.
Jason Zimmerman. This is absurd.
If Mewtwo can get like 40 damage, you'd be so happy.
Yeah.
Doesn't get it.
Oh yeah. Sometimes it can be hard for Peach to kill. Like people often talk about how long Peach lives, but she actually doesn't kill that good herself compared to like a lot of the other top tiers.
Find an opening.
Oh, that could have been real big.
And 2K.
Oh, he meant to turn
Oh,
around.
there it is. That's a stock. Yep.
He meant to turn around.
Yeah, he meant to turn
Two
around.
stocks for the
stocks.
Smash Con Championship.
Oh yeah, Mewtwo, yeah.
He meant to turn
Two
around.
stocks.
Trying to go a little bit ham there.
No, what are
Right
you doing?
now. Okay, relax.
Crazy
Relax.
bastard.
Yeah, okay. This one we talked about earlier, but I didn't get it that time, but now you get to see it. I jab. Mewtwo, he starts his shield, and look at this down tilt. That little part of his body is exposed, and I get this down tilt. This is like literally one of the things that might have decided the set. It's very precise to get this down tilt when he has full shield, but I got it. And yeah, then the follow-up is, yeah, pretty good here as well. So yeah, the down tilt, I float, I float in the middle of the platform, do nair. I do this so I can get back to the ground quickly, while still being significantly below Mewtwo King. And then I cover with up air. The jabs as well, I delay a little bit to make it trickier for Mewtwo King. I gotta do one jab, wait a little bit, one jab. So, because this game doesn't have, like, crazy buffer, right? So, when I do this, like, if he tries to, like, escape in between, but I do my jabs correctly, sometimes maybe he tries to, like, throw out a move when the second jab is about to hit, and then after a second jab, he might not be ready to do another move, and that will give me more time to follow up again.
Quick 74.
That's what happens when you overextend against Armada.
Oh,
And yeah, down throw dash attack. Yeah, this is it works for a long time. And if he DIs in, I get either up smash, nair, and then low, like mid percentage, I get chain grab. But I mean, you're never gonna get the chain grab because no one is gonna DI that incorrectly.
Oh my goodness.
But you get that weak dash attack, so it's like a tiny bit of damage at least. Oh, yeah. Randall messed up a little bit for Mewtwo King there. Then he tries to go down, but the turnip blocks. Here, what I should have done is be ready that the turnip is going to hit, flow down, and just nair him. But I second guess myself and played it safe. And instead of going for the kill, I just made sure that I was not going to be in a bad spot at least.
Great DI from M2K.
Armada's just not even trying to mess with him on the edge.
Okay, very nice.
He just keeps giving it up.
Mewtwo King hands coming out from the crowd. They want to see it.
Okay, let's see what he does. Okay, gets the tech chase. Oh, force smash.
Ooh, that didn't kill.
Let's see what he does. Okay, gets the.
Yeah, goes for a forward throw. Often Peach's DI diagonally down. Marth gets a tech chase scenario. But sometimes I like to mix it up and not go, or let Marth get a tech chase scenario and just jump out with aerial. Mewtwo King did punish some of those earlier, but yeah.
Armada definitely caught M2K off guard right there.
Oh my god, that was so close. Mewtwo King sometimes do these where he like down throws and he just quickly goes for an F smash. Let's see how close that was. Okay, it was not as close because that, even if that was like going over the dress, that wouldn't have hit. So it wasn't as close as it looked like at first, but it was still scary.
Wait a minute, is he going for the forward smash?
And yeah, that adaptation.
Wait a minute, is he going for the forward smash?
It would have been if Mewtwo King pivot, like if he was like pivoting F smash or like just dashing away F smash and got a tipper there, that actually might have been the set decider. But for the most part, he did punish those, or he got like the jab F smash.
One more stock for M2K.
Yeah, the air dodge paid off.
One more stock for M2K.
Yeah, that was very good for me. That Mewtwo King, he thought I was gonna land on the other side, but you can see like I'm on this side when the grab starts, but I'm barely past. Get the dash or down smash, catch him trying to sneak back in. Also, as soon as I hit this nair, I had already decided that I'm gonna go for another nair. Like I was like, he does not expect another nair, so I go for this one. Quickly, like sneak in another nair. At this point, I honestly should have gone back because at this point, it's no way I have a true follow up. It's gonna be hard to beat out Marth's range, and it's better to go back on the stage and like try to live on, like keep this stock for as long as possible, and you know, build a bigger lead for the final stock. But I really just wanted to end it, and yeah, Mewtwo King accidentally took an SD.
What a way to end Super Smash Bros. 2018. Armada is your Melee champion.
Congratulations.
Yep, that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it.
Where the fuck was my confetti last year?
Alright, yeah, that's gonna be it for this set. Yeah, classic set. Great one. I hope you all enjoyed this set review. I feel like we went over a lot of important aspects of the matchup. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think this is actually like legit the first set I've done a set review on that I have personally played. I think this is the first and only one I've done for the stream. Every other time I've done set reviews, I've only done it to myself in private. So enjoy.